too many runes.
On top lane,
Like
WS is on Trezam. Marcy's able to find an opening where Trezam's in trouble. They need to cut down the tree, and they won't be able to do so fast enough with a drag back from WS, and simultaneously, it's bottom lane though, where Crush and CZY in conjunction together find our first blood. Then this hero can really start to struggle as hang on down bottom. Crush, first arena use of the game, an easy kill onto Ponyo.
a little bit of their timings.
I don't know how Ponyo just snuck into the jungle and stole the bounty. It's going to come at a cost of his life though. So giving more gold over to Mercury, a little bit of experience as well, but yeah, somehow just stole the bounty out of their nose.
Oh, that sentry is just out of range of the observer ward. Really nicely placed down there previously by Ponyo.
They're on WS again. TP's going to be coming through from Ponyo. We'll see if the Soul Rip health is going to be enough to keep the Marcy alive. It's a bunch of health back, and now with the life still coming out as well, WS looks to turn it, and now they can chain this into the kill on CZY. Great reactions from Ponyo, but Crush, oh no! He's going to miss the spear. He's got Trezam nearby to be able to offer the damage and the control, but the Orchid instantly preventing any more spells from the Mars in that skirmish. And what do you know? They've got the artillery as well. Bit of a miss on the globs a couple times, so Trezam should be able to make it away. No, he's not going to be able to get there.
Away. Honestly, for both teams, the map is dark as hell. It is nighttime. Both teams don't really know where movement can happen.
Arena mid lane. Undying's going to be killed off to start the fight. They're looking to turn around though on Atlantis. Mortimer Kiss is getting laid down along with the boot from Wonderboy. They did steal the kisses though, so Rubik starting to chuck in the damage from afar. They'll solo target down Ayad for the moment. WS is going to jump in for the instant telekinesis to answer the initiation. And WS is just getting burnt apart, unable to catch up to Mercury. They're controlling for the moment. But WS, look at the damage! Gets rid of the Leshrac. It will come at a cost at his own life, but Atlantis, they do find 2 kills out of this skirmish, and they're both onto cores.
Usage out of Wonderboys. Marcy still a little ways away. And they feel like, with at least 2 of them finished up, they can look to make this.
Look at this, smoke on smoke. Crush is going to jump in. Arena's still on cooldown for 5 seconds. The boat's going to slam down to die. They will be playing with the run buff, but Ponyo just tanking up the abilities for the moment. They're going to look to deal with the Tombstone. Arena holding them back so Mercury can charge into the middle, but Mercury's got no assistance to the north. The Lesh finally able to retreat to the high ground. Has the... Hang on, WS! Again, the damage for the Marcy is something that someone are not respecting, and they just bring them all down. Mango Rose to clean up along with Wonderboy, and they should be able to finally deal with the Warlock as well as Atlantis. A pricey team fight. They won't get Trezam, but in the end, they do come out on top. Team is CCY. They're going to be able to start onto the Marcy. That is a gigantic kill if they can get it. No protector for the BKB for the moment, so they can turn to deal with Ponyo next, and this should open up the pit with a double pick-off that someone have found.
It's kind of nutty. Same sort of thing with the Kunkka already up to the level 20, which means that Morphling was on the deck for 75 seconds. That's a long time for him to be unavailable. Means that you get so much closer to being able to pick up your Skadi on the Morphling. Of course, now he's got that extra save. Now the
Wonderboy. First one they spot out. CCY along with Crush gonna start. BKB's been expended from either side. The Rock's going to buy a little bit of space for Leshrac for the moment, but they're able to get rid of him. They won't have Mercury for this team fight. Turn their attention to Unknown. The BKB and the Mantis should be enough for Unknown to be able to get out of the Orchid, but they drag him back to his own death. Beautifully done from Atlantis. They might be able to get a +1 as WS. No hesitation. Jumping onto the high ground, being able to catch out Trezam as well. And that's 4 down. Atlantis lose no one. WS coming in huge there with the offlane.
Very effective for vision that they are lacking a little bit in. You don't have a Monkey King on your side.
Atlantis now. And that's going to close out this game 1, of course. The position where they're in. Do or die pretty much for their DPC. Here we go. Smoke up from Atlantis. I jump Unknown. They get the Hex before the attribute shift. What can they do to keep him alive? A telekinesis, chuck back to the high gun. Unknown's going to be okay. But he's popped his BKB more defensively, so they can't stay around, and they're in 2 minds. Crush, he wants to move into the fight along with Trezam. It's a decent combo of their ultimates. The Arena locking Mango Rose in, so Mercury can pump out the damage. Arena soon to expire. He's got the BKB for the second life as well. The Morphling. He's going to wait for him aggressively, but he doesn't have anything to use to protect himself for CZY. Still have the telekinesis on cooldown, and now they can swarm inside the base one by one. Summit, they'll crumble under the pressure. Mango Rose, a triple kill. And that's seeming to be at the end. Mango Rose, well, why not try and give this man a rampage? Needs one more to add to the tally, and he might be able to find it. Nice little 10 with a mischief dodge, but there we go. He should be able to do it. BKB turns back on Mercury. Mango Rose gets the rampage, gets the double rampage as well to close out our game one. Beautifully done from Atlantis, and some well-deserved tips too.
For sure. I mean, being able to recover that laning stage that obviously didn't go quite as close to what they were expecting, it really just goes to show what a skilled carry he is, and so he can get the experience. So his net worth isn't actually scaling all that well, even though it's only 2.5 minutes in. This pull will help though.
Top lane. Little bit of damage onto Drazan. They don't have the hammer to follow up, and meanwhile Unknown, he's pushing back Ayat as well. Looks like he has the protection of the T1 tower. Meanwhile, Drazan, he doesn't have this safety net. WS is going to run into him into the tree line, hammer back up, and the offlane Dawnbreaker finds our first blood.
Be playing around. The Vanguard, Aghanim Scepter. Oh.
They're onto the Bristleback. It's a lot of damage on Known, and wow, they actually blow him up. I wasn't expecting the Q from Ayat, the Ether Shock, to do as much damage, but he's got 2 points in it, so beautifully done. Bristleback going down for the first time this game. He's going to go to Trezam too. WS. It's a lot of damage, Trezam. He's standing the Celestial Hammer for the moment. He's able to sidestep that last slash, and now with the Bristleback TPing in, they should... Oh, no, not going to be able to cut down the trees and chase down WS. He should be okay. Dude. I just watch him trying to beat down onto the catapult bottom lane. Mango Rose. Nice rotation from Mercury. The battle trance is on cooldown, so kind of this safety net for the Troll Warlord is not going to be available. I don't know if Ponyo wants to be here. I guess Mercury doesn't have the X to be able to hold him back.
Oh, they actually get the X mark here, but not using the Ghost Ship just yet. Again, a little bit of this lack of communication coming through from Summit.
Oh, they're not dropping it down. Oh, nicely done. Wonderboy leaps into the river. Now Mercury's in trouble. They've got the Thunder God's Wrath. That'll be plenty to get the kill. Meanwhile, top lane. It's helping out. WS is diving Trezam. They do have the threat of Crush TPing in. Arena is available, but WS just steps into a little bit of a stick, so you also have Mercury that can make the plays, and we're going to see that be the case at the moment. WS trying to get the perfect timing with a Celestial Hammer to drag him away from the boat, but will not be able to time it. Meanwhile, Mango Rose going to be a bit cautious as well. Might have to pop the Battle Trance early on. He's got Ayat along with Ponyo nearby. Rockets dropped on all three. Beautifully done from Trezam. The spell casting so far from Summit, his team fight, is going to result in multiple kills going their way. They even got Crush as well, wrapping through the river just to make sure there will be no escape from the Shadow Shaman. Mid lane, there we go. Crush with the jump. They're going to be onto the Zeus. A beautiful blink reveal from the Mars. Secures one kill. And they now can move this into the second as well, as Ponyo caught out in the river. Summit beautifully done. Invading. You've got to be cautious though. Mango Rose. They're going to go for Crush instead. Ayat should be nearby to be able to prevent the spear. Bulwark's proving to be a bit of an issue for the moment. Mango Rose there with a battle transport. It's going to drag him further under the tower. So Summit, they're starting to make their way top. A Serpentwood's trying to block off the entrance, but Bristleback, he's already been able to enter. What a beautiful rock from Trezam. There is no follow-up for the moment. WS is in. They're going to look to avoid the Bristleback. They're doing a pretty good job of that for the moment. Ayat, he'll be caught out nonetheless, though. An Unknown, he should be able to chain this into another kill. WS, though, protected for the BKB. He doesn't have a TP to make it out. He's going to be relying on the Celestial Hammer to come back up shortly to make it to the low ground, but with the BKB soon to expire, oh, he'll just make it away. Ponyo
playing on their side of the map while they've still got these Aegis in their inventory.
I think this
time around as well. They've got the Aghanim Shard on the Warlock, again, just providing a little bit more of that kite ability against the Troll Warlord, as well as just buffing up the ability for Bristleback to continue chasing down the enemy team. That Aghanim Shard, he
Smoke's gonna pop. Look at Crush again, man. The Mars gets the arena onto multiple heroes. Wonderboy's able to jump out though, and there's no follow-up on Crush because they were taking the tier 2 tower top. Let's see if they're still going to continue with this fight. Unknown's going to charge directly into the middle, but they don't have any way to lock him down. They stole the Serpent Wards as well. They're going to again look to avoid the Bristleback, trying to deal with Trezam to the left side. You cannot continue with this fight though if you're Atlantis. Bristleback would charge down the Shadow Shaman. They might be able to run into Wonderboy as well on the right side. Iad's giving as much space possible to get Wonderboy out to safety. Mercury's hunting though. Phase boots up in a couple seconds. Doesn't get the X though. And he should be able to jump down and get the TP. No! He didn't make it to the low ground and he cancelled his TP. Oh, Wonderboy, what have you done? He's trying to play through the tree line. Mercury, not again. The arcane. Oh my god, that was the... Like, he could have been out so much easier. I made them work for it. The hardest way for him to get out, but at least he does. In regards to the fights on Atlantis, like, their read has been pretty solid where you just avoid the Bristle. Get rid of the Rubik, get rid of the Warlock. They're gonna try again, but yeah, nah. Unknown's gonna make sure that's not a possibility.
He's got Aegis,
you are not
man.
killing this guy. Like you said, he's got Aegis, and Unknown just charges down one. Turns to deal with Ponyo, but doesn't have the detection, so he's going to consider WS. Oh, Wonderboy instead, and look at the Zeus. Just gets some distance away the jump, but the last Quill stack, it's going to be enough to get the kill. They'll deal with the Aegis. I don't think you're going to kill him again, though. He's got the BKB for the second round, and Mango Rose is going to turn to try and deal with Trezam next. Rock's going to give him a little bit of space. Once again, though, Mango Rose, now they're able to hit him from the front, but Unknown. Oh, no, you can't take this fight. Charging on forward, making sure the Troll Waller just gets those quills stacking up, and he's up to 9 now. Mango Rose, he needs to get out, but he doesn't have an avenue to escape the aggression from Summit Gaming, evading into their jungle, and Summit will come out on top for another team fight. Not the abilities, but they only tickle really Unknown down to half health. You've always got Trezam playing behind him. Holy Locket, Ag Shard. Unknown's not an easy man to kill at all. Now they've got Crush to be able to follow up as well. And Crush is going to jump in. Not the greatest arena. The reactions from Mango Rose protecting for the BKB, but you can't continue this fight on Atlantis. As soon as the BKB is on cooldown, the Troll, he doesn't have a free fight to charge into the middle.
And Zeus is out of mana. I mean, top
Mercury.
side, WS, he's the one that's getting caught out here.
Yeah, he's got the blink. Just jumps straight into the lane, and Mango Rose, nothing that can be done. Iad as well. They're trying to take this team from it from Atlantis. Wonderboy's been able to freshen up in the resources, but you are not killing Unknown. It's not going to happen. You can try as much as possible, just bumping your heads against a brick wall. The definition of insanity. But Atlantis, it is not going to work out as Crush, he finds the Zeus as well. A beautiful spear back into the Bristleback, and Unknown, he can chain this into the Rampage as Summit Gaming tie up our series, sending us to a game 3. What a Bristleback performance from Unknown.
Yeah, pretty good Bristle performance. Again, it was honestly a pretty similar story to what we saw in game number 1, just the teams were flipped, right? Lane.
Ponyo? Gonna be in a bit of trouble for the moment. They get the toss away, and Mango Rose is going to try and turn onto CZY. Doesn't get lucky with the root. We'll have the Whirling Axes back up shortly, but CZY steps back to the safety of the tower. And they're going to go back. Hang on, CZY, Jesus, man, you're playing with a low health ball, but Crush, he's got the combo ready to rock and roll with, but Mango Rose 2 has the Whirling Axes. Crush is going to be cautious now. Avalanche to hold back the damage, and it's going to be Atlantis that gets both kills up top. Beautiful timing with the snowball. Is able to dodge the ink swell. No, oh, that's a cute Iron Branch play. He's going to go for the dive. Meanwhile, Coddle, he's killed off. But Trezam, can he get cute with the jukes? He's got the Windlace movement speed, but it will not be enough. As WS will finally...
tree as well.
Oh, yeah, just wasn't enough.
Tree. Oh, no. Well, Unknown's been able to finish up the phase boots unless WS is able to quickly go and get rid of the courier. Oh, he does!
They go for this? They're going to dive Mercury. Gives him the chakra to refresh the spells, but he's only got 1 point in the slide. Should be able to dodge the ink swell. Beautifully done from Wonderboy with the blast as well. It connects onto Trezam, but Wonderboy is out before getting that last little instance of damage.
If he's looks like he might be going all the way back to base here on Wonderboy instead of picking up the bounty rune and maybe sticking around the bottle that he's been able to pick up. But
top lane, we got some brawling going on.
honestly, if you're Stomach, you're totally fine with this, right? You just want to prevent the troll from hitting the creeps for right now. He might be forced to make a pull happen, which he does. Don't believe there are any stacks going on inside of their own jungle as well.
Oh
so.
no, the tiny. Ponyo wanted that last little right click on the big creep, but it comes at a cost, and that cost is his own life. Nicely done from Summit. What a interesting game of Dota 2 we have. Net worth lead very minimally in the favor of Atlantis. We'll see how they're going to look to play with the Ember Spirit being able to make these rotations. They do have a power rune coming up in the next 30 seconds. Coddle already playing around mid to try and secure that for Wonderboy.
I think as well about the Juggernaut and his itemization. He's going into the Battle Fury, and you know, a lot of it can come down to personal preference, but I feel like there's a line between personal preferences and what's actually really good for the game. This feels like a Maelstrom game to you, doesn't it? Like, I feel like they need ways to be able to get through the Flame Guard, which is going to be a lot of that early damage potential. You need something that's going to synergize well with the Aghanim Shard to be able to kite away from the Troll Warlord. And hell, even against like a Tiny, right? Eventually he's going to get points in the Grow, so he's going to have that bonus armor, get the magic damage, and then suddenly he can't do jack.
Oh, in the river, Crush with the Solar Guardian for the chain control. They're going to be able to catch out Wonderboy here. Beautifully done. The duo supports along with the global pressure of Crush. It's a big kill onto the Ember Spirit, who's having a very good time mid.
He is. That death was kind of on Ponyo, though. He was standing very close by to where the Dawnbreaker was channeling that Solar Guardian. So he could have, if he was really paying attention, been able to land that avalanche and prevent the connection to come through. And that probably enables the Ember Spirit to live if that's the case.
CZY gives him some information, knowing that Mango Rose is backed off to the jungle. We'll see what they want to do with this. Of course, CZY still going to be quite some time away from the Serpent Wards. Doesn't look like they're getting a whole lot out of this Elder Dragon form as well. The DK doesn't want to be playing in the lane where Ayad is.
I feel like they've got plenty of damage as well on Summit, so I wonder if Mercury's going to go that level 10 talent for the Breathe Fire, just to make sure you're constantly able to spam it out. And then when you go up against the Troll Warlord, sure, he might ult you, but then you're just like, alright, whatever, who cares?
Top lane. There we go. An easy kill for Summit. They do have the rotation coming out from WS. Should be able to get CZY. WS has only got 1 point in the tag team, but at least has the Walrus Punch to be playing with. Agonite. They're attempting on Wonderboy. I don't think they can... This maxed out Flame Guard is not going to be easy to get the kill, so they're forced to use the Serpent Wards instead for the bonus damage. Do they have the controller? Unknown was a little bit too late to get in range, but looks like Wonderboy will not escape. There we go. First Serpent Wards use of the game. Observer Ward on the high ground. They place 2 sentries down, but that ward gets full usage out of it.
He has to be a little bit careful here. He could drop down the Fireball.
Yeah, good luck. Everyone behind Mercury, it's not going to be an easy kill at all, especially with the Solar Guardian getting pumped down. Mercury stands his ground, turns to deal with the Ember Spirit. The double shackles from CZY from afar. Beautiful read. You've got mid and top shoved out as well, so there's no obligations from Summit to deal with the waves. And you are so happy with that trade on objectives. Give the Aegis over to Unknown. They're going to look to smoke as well. Smoke on smoke.
They could just go top, though, man. They don't
CZY, he's going to run into them for the moment. They've got the ward. CZY jumps into the middle. Oh, my lord. The Shaman playing with fire right now, but they still haven't got the kill. They'll finally get rid of the support, but it comes at such a grave cost. There's now WS. He's going to be chased down next. A blink up in 3 seconds. Can they cancel this? And you bet they can. The Breathe Fire Fem are far, but still... He's able to blink down to the right side. Mercury! Oh, just too short.
Huge, man. You've got the Solar Guardian, though. That's the thing.
Alright, just gonna run to the troll. CZY's got the follow-up as well. You need to be able to deal with the Shadow Shaman. Wonderboy is going to jump to the back line. Protective for the BKB. Also the Snowball buys Mango Roast and Breathing Room's going to try and turn it around. Shard's going to block him off. Oh no, the Shard, you hate to see it. Troll's still being able to right-click Mercury for the moment. It's going to run into the middle with the help of the Solar Guardian. Look at the slam down. Crush dealing so much damage with the AoE. Stun looking at Iron. He'll be stunned up as well through the Blade Fury. It was looking like a decent start for Atlantis, but all of Summit finally showing up as 5, and they will take this team fight in full force. Avoid the DK. It's going to be difficult to deal with the Dawnbreaker as well with how slippery and survivable that hero is. Just get the Grim, get the Shaman. We kind of saw the read from Wonderboy throughout that fight. You know, instant Remnant to the Shaman. They're going to be able to run into the Dragonite. Spirit Vessel will force his BKB, and Mercury's not respecting this. So he's going to go down instantly to start. Crusher's got the backup starting to connect. Unknown's going to jump in. They might be able to turn this back around now. Unknown. It's going to be cautious over the Aegis. Has expired, so they're going to go for Trezam instead. Phantom's Braid's going to buy him some time with the Omnislash as well. Look at the bashes coming out. Wonderboy!
Bash! Oh my god.
Oh my lord. Multiple bashes from Unknown. Gets to blink away to escape WS. They'll turn to Trezam instead. With the 4-staff still being on cooldown, unable to make it over the shards. So Atlantis, they still do edge out another victory in this skirmish. Mango Rose, that ward inside the base, they're going to instantly try and TP back, but I don't think they're going to be fast enough.
Oh my god.
Man, Crush is doing massive amounts of DPS, and they're going to toss him closer to a target, leashing multiple heroes together, trying to deal with a Grimstroke. They should be able to do so easily enough. Wonderboy protected for the BKB, but they're looking to escape. They do not want to continue with this fight. Summit, they are starting to part their way from bottom to mid, and like you said, the cavalry has arrived. Unknown's going to try and target down the Keeper Alive for the moment, gets the bash at the last hit. So Ayad's gone. It's got the Omnislash as well. There's no Snowball target. WS needs somewhere to go. It's going to be okay for the moment. Unknown doesn't have enough slashes to cut the Tusk into pieces.
Micro that healing ward. There we go. It's following Mercury now, but yeah, they're just in such a strong position. It was good prioritization on Atlantis to be able to go for these supports, but honestly, Grimstroke had gotten off everything at that stage. So the fact that you committed so heavily onto him and was still only able to get a single support kill just means that that rotation doesn't feel worth it in a lot of ways. And Juggernaut nearly level 25, nearly into the Skadi as well, which is just going to make that kiting so much harder to be able to try and find a way to be able to get away from the Juggernaut as these squishier heroes, as well as, you know, be able to chase down as the Troll Warlord. It just really doesn't feel like you can man fight at all.
It's not only the Jug that's getting a lot of farm, it's also some of the other cores as well. Mercury has pretty much just bought out completely for the Ag Scepter. So if he's got the Quickening Charm as well, which is going to be really nice. Well, they're already into Roche. Second Roche of the game. They won't even require the Serpent Wards to bring this one down. It looks like Atlantis a little bit too late to react to this. Crush gonna look to try and make some space here with the Dawnbreaker. Doesn't have enough control to stop the Snowball. Is in a very awkward position. They might be able to get crushed, but at what cost does it come at? Hang on, they can't even kill Crush at the moment because Unknown jumps into the middle. Both the cores are leashed together. It's soon to expire, so Wonderboy, you can run it away. Beautiful use of the spider legs, but they're kiting the Jug at the moment. It's actually a good fight from Atlantis. Shards are off the mark. You got to respect the Jug, though. Unknown.
GG.
Oh, okay.
They just need to back off. They need to back off on Summit. It's a costly couple of kills, for sure, but it's nothing that they can't just shrug off and go back to. I mean, by the time the other heroes are back up, you're going to have level 25 on the Juggernaut. You've got the Skadi finished up. You've got the Elder Dragon form with the Aghanim Scepter now on Mercury. So much potential to be able to just end this game after this point. Aegis, 3 minutes left on the glyph. Just take one more team fight, and Summit, you are staying in Division 2.
But that big item is completed now for WS. Multiple scepters being completed across the board, but really this Tusk Scepter is, I think, the all-important one. You have this potential now to catch them off guard. That kickback could really spell disaster, because the Shaman and the Grimstroke, they can't enter the high ground. As soon as you lead up, Wonderboy, he's going to go for those heroes. And you've got the Scepter as well for the Ember to play with, so a little bit more burst or more mobility for him. So even though you're down 11,000 gold and the Aegis advantage, I really feel like Atlantis can take an incredible high ground.
They can, and so it's all about finding those pickoffs before you go into the high ground. That's what Atlantis need to play around, but it's this fine line, right? You can't just stay holed up inside your base because the net worth leads just continue to grow and grow, but you can't be out away from the rest of your team because that means a pickoff into a high ground siege. And, well, I just had a look at the buybacks. The only one that has it right now is Grimstroke. A bunch of people close, but it just does mean that every life is so valuable, particularly for Atlantis.
Atlantis, though, this world, they will scout out unknown, starting to path his way bottom. Level 25 on the jug. He's gone for that 475 health talent. Just clearing out the trees, making sure there's going to be no shenanigans going on. But it's... We got any gems at the moment? No, no gems. Man, there's a lot of tranquils and phase boots in this game. WS? Kickback on Mercury. It's going to look to BKB TPR. Unknown, do they keep... Oh. Okay, I was going to say, do they keep going with that TP?
Yeah, just getting a little bit too antsy there on WS, using the Walrus Punch first. If he just blinked in, snowball into kick, would have absolutely been able to disrupt that TP away. Level 20, still though, obtained by the Ember Spirit, so he gets a little bit of that extra damage for when he goes for those backline dives. Again, this is a Grimstroke and a Shadow Shaman that we're talking about here. Not the greatest armor pools to be able to play around, so if you're able to get in onto those backlines and particularly take down...
mid lane. Oh no, the Blast's going to reveal their position. He's starting to path his way to the right side where the rest of his reinforcements are located, but Mercury, he's going to be killed off the moment to start. Crush is kicked away. Beautifully done from WS, but Crush instantly re-enters the fight. I think you need to get out now on Atlantis. You can't stick around for a longer drawn-out team fight, and that's going to be the case. They're just going to sacrifice WS's life, but Unknown, he's already looking to chain this into more kills. Bit difficult to close the distance onto Ayad, though.
Radiant's top tower is
It's just a single kill, right? And it still costs them a lot. He wasn't able to survive even with that extra little bit of survivability with the Elder Dragon form, but all tier 2 towers gone. This is exactly what you want to get out of that second Aegis, and, well, very close. Actually has finished the Abyssal Blade as well on Unknown. So even if you're making a jump onto someone like the Ember Spirit, a lot of the times you commit the Omni Slash, he just remnants away. You just Abyssal Blade him, and then you probably don't have that same level of
Crush mid
survivability.
lane. He's going to go in instead. They start onto the Dawnbreaker, but he jumps Mango Rose and the Troll Wallet. Wiz able to stand toe-to-toe. Mango Rose starting to stack up the items, and Summit, they're not respecting this carry on Atlantis. They'll chase down a second kill. There's also a DD in the river as well, so maybe they can get an objective off the back of this. Unknown. He's going to lean into the middle onto Wonderboy. Emma's got an opportunity to pop the BKB. He's going to move down to the left side instead, trying to target Trezan.
The support.
They're doing a very good job to hold the back, and meanwhile, Crush, he's dueling over WS, protected for the shards at the moment, a kick away. Do they have the damage to bring down the Dawnbreaker for the moment? The BKB is soon to expire. Meanwhile, Unknown, just a solo use of the Omni Slash, but Unknown's going to be in a bit of trouble. Mango Rose still playing around with the double damage runes, finally able to bring down one target, tries to chain this into a second kill as well, with the bashes raining down onto Mercury to hold the back, and Mango Rose gets the attack speed pumping thanks to the fervor, and the Troll starting to really be an issue here for Summit.
It's a bit of an odd jump as well by the Shadow Shaman. He just went completely solo. He finds one target, but Tiny's there as well. Until he's got that BKB available by the Shadow Shaman, he can't go for those sorts of attempts, especially considering the entire time it's nighttime and you didn't have that vision on the cliff. Atlantis was just able to take that fight exactly how they wanted to.
Radiant's middle tower
It's looking scary for Summit. The rest of Radiant nowhere to be seen to help out Trezam. He's able to get the ultimate off at least. I know it's going to jump into the middle as well with CZY. It's a lot of damage to start with the Blade Fury. They'll deal with the Tiny. They're going to try and bring down Wonderboy. Look at the snowball. Wonderboy gets out to the right side. The Lotus Orb as well to protect it for the moment. Oh no!
Oh, the Lotus!
Slash onto the Lotus Orb target, so it's doing no damage. They just don't have anything in the tank now to stand their ground, or maybe they do. Unknown gets the triple kill. He's going to try and move this into more kills now. The Lotus Orb, almost the MVP, but it wasn't meant to be.
He's just too far ahead on this jug, to be able to make a couple of mistakes there. But again, look at what started out that fight. It was, again, another great Shadow Shaman dropping the Mass Serpent wards. He was able to get that Soulbind off with the Hex, with the Shackles, forcing some earlier BKBs than they might have liked to on Atlantis, and look at the end result.
No buybacks. No buybacks here. They
It's
will...
a pretty terrible glyph as well, I have to say.
They cut the lanes though, so they're going to have backdoor up. They might not have heroes. Unknown and Co. diving out of the T4 towers. WS gets the kickback, but it doesn't matter. It looks like WS, he's put himself now in a compromised position, and he's going to snowball further towards the lineup of Summit. They can set a formation up, so as soon as the snowball expires, they can get the kill. They did an incredible job to cut the waves, but now they bleed multiple kills into Summit's favor.
Seems like different people on the team think that they're capable of different things. Again, just playing bodyguard right now is Crush over that creep wave, but I really don't think a position 5 Tiny is going to be able to stop anything, and indeed, he's the one back inside the base. Have they done it? Have they knocked TNC out? Oh, they're even going for tier 4s. Trying to bait out some of these buybacks. They don't have them on two of the important heroes to make this a 5v5. Oh, Coddle just got his.
Salt the tome. Oh, Throat's exposed. You're going to make a play. Two bullets along with the Elder Dragon form. Summit just objective-based gaming. They're going to do it. Somebody going to do it. They'll take this series. And with this, securing their position in Division 2 for the next DPC. And as a result, they will knock TNC out. Who would have thought? TNC and Neon are the two teams relegated out of the Summer Tour for Southeast Asian Division 2.